How's it going, everyone? In this video, we have some big news on Odyssey Jones, an update on Kairi Sane'S horrible eye injury, and a whole lot more. But before we begin, please make sure to drop a like on this video. I would really appreciate it. Alright guys, so for our first story of today, we have some news on plans for Charlotte Flair's WWE return. As PWN reports, upon her expected return in November, Charlotte Flair is being considered to challenge Nia Jax in the future, which will then lead to a match against Tiffany Stratton at an upcoming WWE Premium Live event. Next up, we have some big news on WWE's current plans for Giulia in NXT. So according to a report from PWN, following her big surprise debut at NXT No Mercy, Giulia is reportedly set to become the quote, face of the NXT women's division moving forward, where she will remain a key fixture on the NXT roster for the foreseeable future. Next, we have the latest details on why Odyssey Jones was removed from WWE programming, as Sean Ross Sapp of FIFO Select reports that Odyssey Jones was actually removed from WWE television when domestic violence allegations came to light. And although WWE has yet to say anything about the situation, according to Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, he was told that Odyssey Jones has been fired by WWE. Moving on to our next story, we have a big update on Kairi Sane'S horrible eye injury on Monday Night Raw this week, as Mike Johnson, a PW Insider, reports that after she was busted open after hitting her head on the announce table on Raw this week, all PW Insider was able to confirm was that Kairi Sane received stitches after the match. And although Kairi appears to be okay, it still remains to be seen if she will have to miss any time off due to the injury. So now guys, I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on all of the stories that we discussed today. Starting off with our first story, we did talk about plans for Charlotte Flair's return to WWE, and apparently when she returns, she is expected to return in November, and the thing that is being talked about is that she could challenge Nia Jax, presumably for the WWE Women's Championship, and then eventually face off against Tiffany Stratton at an eventual Premium Live event. And in my opinion, guys, I do think that this is pretty expected by WWE to have Charlotte Flair return and pretty much immediately go after the WWE Women's Champion, that being Nia Jax at this point in time. The next story that we talked about was on plans for Giulia in NXT, and following her big surprise debut at NXT No Mercy, I thought that Giulia was presented very well, immediately going after Roxanne Perez and the NXT Women's Championship, which is pretty much what everyone expected to see. Giulia going after the most prestigious title in the NXT Women's division. And I think that obviously Giulia is someone who many fans really like. Despite her not even competing in WWE yet, they do see her as a big star. And I do think that she will have a very amazing career in NXT, in my opinion. And according to this report, it is being said that Giulia is quotes to be the face of the NXT women's division moving forward. So in my opinion, I do think that when Giulia ends up beating Roxanne Perez for the NXT women's title, I'm pretty sure that Roxanne Perez will be leaving the NXT brand and moving to the main roster. Where she will end up going to remains to be seen, but I do think that Giulia will be similar to how I believe Asuka was booked during her time in the Black and Gold brand. I do think that Giulia will be booked the same as well. The next story that we talked about was on Odyssey Jones and the real reason as to why he was removed from WWE programming. And according to Sean Ross Sapp of FIFO Select and also Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, apparently Odyssey Jones was removed from WWE programming because of domestic violence allegations. They came to light, and WWE decided to just, remove him from television, despite the fact that he was on Monday Night Raw alongside Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. So they basically erased him from that program, and these are serious allegations. And also, they did report, Brian Alvarez did report that Odyssey Jones has been fired by WWE, and I'm pretty sure as days pass that we will be able to find more information as to how everything went down. But as of this moment, it does look like Odyssey Jones is no longer in WWE. The other story that we talked about was an update on Kairi Sane'S horrible eye injury on Monday Night Raw this week. And this happened when she was on the turnbuckle and dove to the outside, and it did look like she hit her eye really hard on the announcer's table. And I'm not sure if this had anything to do with I don't know if Kairi Sane's injury had to do anything with the result of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn winning their rematch against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I'm not sure if her injury had anything to do with this result. However, Mike Johnson, a PW insider, is reporting that all they were told was that Kairi Sane went backstage and she did receive stitches, and she does look okay because she did post some pictures on, I believe it was Instagram, of her stitches, and also a thumbs up indicating that she is okay. However, I'm not sure if Kairi Sane will have to be sidelined due to the stitches that she received for a couple of days or potentially even a couple of weeks, because there is a potential that if she gets hit there again, it could open, and then, she would need to get stitches again and again. So hopefully Kairi Sane is not sidelined for a significant amount of time, because Damage Control, in my opinion, have been pretty good on Monday Night Raw, despite the fact that Asuka obviously is not there, and also Dakota Kai sadly suffered another knee injury, and she did, I believe, undergo surgery again. So despite that, Damage Control has been doing good. So hopefully it won't derail their push, because they have been pretty great on Monday Night Raw. So with that being said, guys, that is all of the news that we have for today. Please make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of the topics that we discussed today. Starting off with our first topic, we did talk about plans for Charlotte Flair's return. We also talked about plans for Giulia in NXT. We also discussed the latest details as to why Odyssey Jones was removed from WWE programming and eventually fired by WWE. And we also had an update on Kairi Sane, which she appears to be doing okay after that very scary spot on Monday Night Raw. So with that being said, guys, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.